This is Ronald Barrington Robinson with the In My Opinion show. What I'm about to ask our viewing audience is America under attack from within? I want our listening and viewing audience to think about that question because, in my opinion, I believe America is under attack from within. Both, all three uh, parties of government, the presidency, the Democrats, the Republicans, they can't seem to see eye to eye on anything now, not lately. And this is just uncomfortable. I know it's uncomfortable for me. And a lot of this is that they don't know how to tell the truth. Tell the truth for once and stick to the truth. Stop trying to scapegoat and push the can down the road, okay? Which is which they're doing now with this massive government shutdown. Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are out of work prior to the shutdown, and then your president is wanting to fire people, even though they created this fiasco. We got we got issues with other countries, okay, with the tariffs, which all that is a tax. For those that don't know that it's a tax, okay. And this tariff thing, instituted by your president, hasn't been instituted, from what I understand, by any other president in the history of the United States. People, we have to come together as as a unit, and fight all of this injustice, regardless of who's in charge. Okay, it's for the betterment of of the United States and the citizens of the United States, especially the taxpayers. That's who's paying for all of this foolishness. I call it BS. All right, unemployment is ba- is rising. Healthcare is rising. Now they got this guy in charge of uh, our health, and in my opinion, he's a quack. Okay, uh, they want to stop women from getting abortions. Now, I'm pro. I'm pro. I'm pro abortion. But how can you be? How can people be uh, anti-abortion, but yet they agree to for the death penalty? That doesn't make sense to me. And there's so much going on. It's unbelievable. We got troops going into different states, and right now it's all Democratic states. The Republican states have the same issues, but it's the left against the right, the left against the right. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. We want to have a nice life so that we can put food on the table, enjoy our families. and friends, we don't need a dictator government. We don't need a dictator government, period. And I hope it changes or else, there's gonna be more violence in the streets because people can only take so much. Again, you got soldiers being sent to cities. That's against the Constitution. If you think about it, the National Guard are the ones, from what I understand, are the ones that should be go to the different states. That's if the governor wants that to happen. We also have a fight on affordable care. We got this Kennedy crap, quack. I mean, quack, in my opinion, appointed by Trump. He's the worst that I've ever seen in my few years of being on this earth. Women hate this guy, okay, in my opinion, based upon different news uh, points of view. But now they want to put a law against our First Amendment right. Actually, they want to take it away. That's a constitutional right, freedom of speech.
I don't know if you heard about it or not, but and maybe you're referencing that. They want to make it illegal to urge people to boycott, divest, and sanction Israel. And a representative from upstate New York called last name of Lawler introduced a bill that actually would, if it's passed. And I heard it passed in its House, but I don't know if it's a misreporting. But they said that if this is passed and passed into law, you could face a 5-year prison term and $1 million fine if you encourage people to boycott, divest, and sanction Israel for their actions. And see, that's right. You talk about the first. That is the First Amendment. I mean, it's a nonviolent way to get redress from the government or stop atrocities. And they want to make it illegal because the Zionist leadership, our government is under Zionist leadership, basically. And they find this so crucial. I don't care who it is. If you're trying to tell me I can't bring to people's mind that this is a bad thing, and maybe we should stop spending the money in these corporations or these corporations that are based out of this country. I don't care who it is, but yeah, you're right. It's the First Amendment, and most people don't see that as a First Amendment issue. The ACLU and the other past when they try to pass this kind of stuff have stepped forward, but now it's like because we got this push for people trying to stop. They know that Israel's kind of in the spotlight. It's on the frying pan. It's in the frying pan right now. People are going to turn up the heat on it, and they don't want to, even though they're doing horrible things. We can't say anything about it. If this is passed into law, we are not. We're discouraged. Oh, we can say write an editor to your congressman and senator, but they're going to go into the circular file. So this kind of stuff is like these people are. They are do that one. I have to really agree with you. The First Amendment is under attack, but subtly, people don't understand that impact.
Yes, they are, and I don't understand why our elected officials don't fight this with everything they got. Okay, I know that the Democrats are a minority, all right, but I think next time there's a voting uh, time, that we're going to get what we need, especially uh, in the House of Representatives, because we got to fight. We got to fight the power that be, and why these people. I don't understand. Anyway, I don't understand how that Yahoo, whatever his name is, uh, over there in Israel, could kill up all of those people. Just like I don't understand how uh, the Russians can kill up all of those people. That's horrible. Those are acts, in my opinion, those are acts of the devil. And one has to ask themselves, how did America get to this place? You know, we pray and uh, we we try to do the best we can, but then when you do that, then you got this cabal. Okay, whether it's in Washington or elsewhere, how much money is enough? How much lies are we going to continue to listen to? And I think that we have had to better get it together real quick. Okay, because everybody's got guns and the governments that are um, there's enough governments that have their finger on that bomb. Okay, and we have to watch out who we elect to office. Don't elect your friends if they're not doing anything that's positive. No more negativity in America. We need to hope. We need to hope for that. No more negativity. No more elected the super rich to these high offices if they're not going to serve the people. Like this guy that's in charge of as they call it, the military war. Okay, he's wanting what was it, 800 generals and admirals called to Washington D.C. last week. In my opinion, he was advocating be strong. There's nothing wrong with being strong, but be strong in the right and godly and honest way. But that's not what he was advocating, in my opinion. So America is headed for some real difficulty because people aren't going to put up with all of that foolishness. You can see it by from people's attitudes and what they're saying. Everyday citizens, the masses. Now, this is all my opinion, shared by many, I'm sure. And also, he was advocating. somebody disagrees with the government, snitch on them. I've never snitched on anybody in my life, but the government is saying, in my opinion, that's okay. It's not okay. It's saying life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I guess that's just a phrase that they don't want to exist anymore. It's just like the Gulf of Mexico, now the Gulf of America. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with the Gulf of Mexico either, because America took Mexico from for all practical purposes. And then let's talk about the Affordable Care Act. Again, we have this Kennedy clown that's running the that office now. He believes in a lot of stuff that hasn't been proven, that hasn't been uh, studied. And he's fired a number of people that are professionals that wants the research done on whatever is being approved for the public. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way it should be. Fake science. That's what he believes in, from what I understand. We have all kind of diseases in the world, and the CDC is was a very respected worldwide. If we let this guy do what he wants to do, he's trying to dismantle and put people in that don't know shit about medicine. That's a very complex. That's a very complex situation. But all the interviews that he's done, nobody's asked him what's his credentials, other than he's a flunky for Trump, in my opinion. And there's so much that I want to say, but I'm not afraid to say them. But there's many out there probably would disagree. I'm sure that would agree with me and disagree with me. That's what makes it America great. To have an opinion and have an opinion that uh, you won't get arrested for having. But it appears that that's the way the country is headed. You say something that's you say something about somebody that's in power, they don't like it, then they're going to sue you. You know, maybe we should study the Constitution a lot more. Because the Constitution, that's what our forefathers that wrote the Constitution were trying to. That's why they wrote it in the Constitution, because England was doing the same thing, wanting to do as they say. People got upset. I mean, we don't have we don't have tea to throw overboard like they did back in those days. But we have the vote. Now they want to take the vote away from certain groups of people. There's been fraud in everything, but not like that. But I don't think not like what they're saying. It's all about one group of people that they're after. If you're not white, you're not right. I'm not trying to play the race game, but it's a fact. Trump wants to take words out of the dictionary. He wants to take storied statues among other things that he doesn't like. That's not America. That's a dictator, in my opinion. That's dictatorship. All this King's Act shit, and uh, other things. That's all dictator stuff. That shit Hitler did, and in my opinion, he's copying a lot of that stuff. I mean, Hitler killed had millions and millions and millions of people murdered and experimented on. We don't want to see that stuff again. And I implore all you folks out there that are listening to me in this TV program, go visit the Holocaust. 'Cause that's what's happening over in Russia and in Israel. Hundreds of thousands of men, women, and babies are being slaughtered. That's not what humanity is about. That's not what humanity is about what at all. The Bible says, "Love thy neighbor as you love yourself." So let's get it together, people. That's all I have to